Hello, I would wish to take you through computer studies project the year 2019. Therefore, the instructions were you're supposed to use a database management system of which I will use Microsoft Access. Therefore, this is our system. We are creating a school prefects, that is a prefects electoral system, and the title will be Rehema School. Therefore, Rehema School is a day school with 5 streams. Therefore, you have 5 streams, each Form 1, Form 2, up to Form 4. And then there are levels of leadership. We have head boy, head girl, dining hall, captain, games, library, etc. And therefore, there are some instructions all over this. These are the instructions that we are supposed to follow. I will paste the instructions on my description on my video down there. Then let's go to the objectives. Therefore, develop a well-documented computerized prefects election system. Therefore, computerized prefects election system that will maintain record of classes and their respective class teachers, list of contestants, list of electoral positions, list of students per class, list of proposers and seconders, then results for each level. Therefore, this first part here up to part 5, we are supposed to create tables. Then wherever you see compute, we are supposed to use queries. That is, we can have select query, cross tab query, update query, make table query, union queries used here. Then generate. Once you see generate, we are talking of reports. And therefore, this is the easiest part since it will depend on queries and tables. Therefore, let's begin by starting by creating the required tables. Therefore, the required tables are, let's go on. Therefore, you will create a database. You right click, you go to new, then you go to Microsoft Access database. Once you go to Microsoft Access database, we shall create it on our desktop. We shall just call it the way it is supposed to be. That is Rehema School Prefects Electoral System. Then we click on create. Now once we click on create, then we need to go and start creating tables. Therefore, we shall create our first table. Okay, our first table will be a contestant table. You can click on we give the ID. Then this one should be auto number and the primary key there. Then we can have the post. Then we can save that one as electoral post. Then we run. Therefore, we have head boy, we have head girl, we have DH captain, that is dining hall. Then we have library, we have games. Then we have class prefect, class prefect. Then we have school, that is we have form captain. Therefore that is our first table. Therefore we shall have that table there with those ones. Therefore this is the electoral posts. Then we can go on and have our next table. We go and create, then we go to table design. We create our next table. Now our next table can be class teacher. Teacher ID. You can just have as auto number and the primary key there. Then teacher name that way. Then we save that one as class teachers. We also need to include class. That is class ID. That is the class teacher is involved. Therefore, we shall have the classes. Like now, we have been told we have 5 streams. Therefore, you can still go to create. Oh, sorry. We are supposed to create table, not query. If I can still go to create, then we go to table design. We create class ID. Still, this one can be auto number and the primary key. Then class name. Therefore, that is classes. Still, we have class. That is, you can just have the form, and then class. So this is the form. This is the class. Now we need this one to be displayed as all. Therefore, we shall go to caption and write form. We need this one to be displayed as class. Therefore, you go and say class. That way, we save. Therefore, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 classes. Then streams. Now we can have Kenya, Congo, North, Everest, Kilimanjaro, then Aragon. Those are this is our class. We have 5 streams, and every stream will have form 1 all of these, form 2 all of these, form 3 all of these, form 4 all of these. Therefore, you can see what caption has done. If you are very keen, you will notice that I have used FM, I have used CLS, but it is displaying otherwise. That is how caption works. This one, you see now, this one class is written as class up down here. Form, caption is form, because I need that one displayed. Therefore, after doing that, we can go back to class teachers. I go to class teacher design view. Now class teacher, that is this one. If you open classes, we have FM, that is, we have FM and class. If I can still have the same in the class teacher. This one, you can call it FM. This one, you can call it class. Therefore, the class teacher will get data use lookup wizard. The form will get data. I want the lookup field. This one, we shall use this option here. We shall use this option here. This one, that I want the lookup field to get the value from another table or query. Therefore, that is the option we shall use other than the one we are used to, and therefore this one will allow us to choose where are we getting. We are getting it from this table here. Therefore, we are getting our data from this table, classes. Then you just go to next, which field FM is getting from FM. Therefore, you just click on next, next, then finish. Then we go to class. Now remember we are creating relationships. Class will get data from next, we'll get data from this table, but which field? Class. If I just go to next, next, finish, like that. Therefore, I have created a relationship. That means if I run class teacher, you see, class teacher is now reading data from classes. Class is reading data from this one. Therefore, if I include another class here, class number 6, if I add class number 6 here and call it Turner, that way it will automatically be reflected here when I refresh this one by pressing F5, you see. Therefore, this becomes very easy for me to work on the lookup wizard. Therefore, this is how you create the that one. Therefore, you can remove this one. You can see I have already created relationships. This plus sign, these ones are relationships. This one, they are showing you that this is related to the other one. Therefore, let's proceed by creating the tables. Then we also need to create a table. That is, we have created tables for available posts. Then we need to create the master table. Therefore, we go to design. Now, this table will have admission number. This is for the students. It will have the student name. It will also have the form where the student comes from, class. This should be number. Then we shall have that is, you can include the year, student year. Remember, you cannot use year, but I need this one to be displayed as year. Therefore, that's how you go about it. This one I want it displayed as form. Then class, I need this one be displayed as class. Then I will need to have the other field there for the students. We shall include the posts they will be choosing. Like now, we shall have DH, that is for the dining hall. DH, this is dining hall. Then I shall have library. This is for library captain or prefect. Then they also choose head girl. This is head girl. They can also be displayed as head girl. DH will be displayed as dining hall. Then we have games. Then we shall have form cap. This is form captain. Then we shall have the prefect. That is the class prefect. This is class prefect. Class prefect will be chosen there. Then after doing so, this is the primary key. We don't need the duplications. Student name here is, this should be number, the year should be number, and now this table is called students. Then this is the table that will help us to have proposers and that is proposers and opposers. Then you can go on and create another table, create table design. Now we create votes. We shall have admission number, the admission number. This will be now our this one will be this for the votes. It will be our foreign key. Therefore, it will not be the primary key here. Therefore, you can have serial number, which is auto number, as primary key. This table will depend on students. Therefore, V stands for votes, votes admission number, to avoid confusion. Then we shall have the V here, that is number. That is a number. V here, this is now the votes here. This is the votes admission number. Then we shall have the seat or post. You can call the word post. Now this is the seat, slide 4. Then we shall have can have the now the classes. We shall have the total for form 1, form 2, that way. Therefore, we shall have now our form, that is the class. Right now, we need to first of all to have the total. That is the total votes. That is number. Then we shall have the position. Position should be text. Therefore, you can first of all leave that one as that. That's votes. Votes. Then after having that one, we shall have another table for vetting. Vetting table, admission number, that is V, and vetting, vet admission number, that is admission number for the student. This can be the primary key, because we shall only copy paste when we have vetted contestant. This is the name of the student, contesting. Then we shall have the form of the class of the student and the class where the student comes from. Then we shall have the post the student is vying for. Then status, qualified, yes or no. This one will be yes or no. This is the status of if the contestant is qualified for the post. That one will be done by the administrator. Then we have two types of vetters. We can call it the officer. The officer vetting, this is the teacher or administrator vetting, e.g. deputy principal or class teacher. Then that is the officer. Then from there, we shall that table is complete that way. Therefore, that we can call it contestants. Vetting. Therefore, this one will be the vetting table. When you talk about proposers and opposers, you can just use this one. Copy this one and then paste as proposers proposers, seconders, proposers, seconders. You can call it that way. Therefore, basically, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 tables that will be involved in the creation of Rehema School Prefects Electoral System. Therefore, thank you very much for watching. Tune up and keep on checking. I will be uploading video number 2. That is Rehema Prefects Electoral System Part 2. That way, I will be dealing with queries. Then we shall go to forms. Then we finish with votes. This one for the votes. Remember, the votes will be gotten from each and every class. And therefore, since we have our classes as these ones, then we shall have the that is every class, Form 1 Kenya, Form 2 Kenya, that way downwards up to the last part here. Therefore, what we need to do is to create each and every class that is vote, and therefore we shall have the votes downwards here. Like now we shall have for 1 Kenya, that is for 1 Kenya. We go down to Kenya, that way downwards. Alternatively, it can be arranged for Form 1 downwards, Form 2 downwards, Form that way. Then we can just have for the streams Form 3 Kenya. Then we shall have Form 4 Kenya. Then this one should now be number. Now the total will have the total of the collected votes that will be fed inside here. Therefore, we shall continue that way downwards. We go to the next, continue typing this way until now you type the last stream. The last stream is Aragon, this way, so that you can be in a position to have the totals for the streams. Therefore, your table will look like this. Remember, the tallying is manual. The system should only get the totals and produce the required. That is the system will only produce the required things, like from the question, the winner, adequate proposers, who is who. That is the list of this one. Therefore, you are not going past the question, and therefore this is what you are supposed to do. This one will help you to get the form stream winner from 1 Kenya, from 2 Kenya, from the votes keyed in by the class teachers.